the art of persuasion and consistency in real estate. Persuasion is the ability to positively influence someone's thoughts, beliefs, or actions through reasoning. I like the fact that we emphasized on the word positively because in G's way, we don't persuade you to do wrong deals because we will not sell a product that has a bad product per se. We will not sell that to a client. We will not sell trouble to a client. We will not sell a land that has not been verified. That we are not, we don't sell lands without getting assurance that these lands are genuine. And that's what makes us stand out. So persuasion is basically the ability to positively influence someone's thoughts, beliefs, or actions through reasoning. And then persuasion in real estate, on the other hand, is helping people see why they need house, land, or they need to invest into real estate. So you're basically trying to get people to buy from you, to buy what you are selling. You get it? You're paying people to buy what you are selling, trying to convince them to subscribe to what you have to offer. That's your product now. And your product is your land or your properties. So let's break it down now. If a person is eating, let's say be drinking gari, for instance, and maybe he's drinking the gari without sugar or anything in it. A person that sells, a wise businessman, I believe, will offer that option. Tell them, okay, there's something called sugar that is nice. If you put in your food, you will drink it and to make everything sweet. Now that person, that businessman that introduced sugar to the eater's life has persuaded him, has tried to convince him to see that, okay, there's so much more to drinking this gari than the way you're drinking now. I had a client, I'll call her Mama Chika for the benefit of this lecture. And she got involved with our program and she decided to start to get involved in real estate and make sales also as a side hustle. And then first month, second month, third month, nothing. But she kept on posting on her status, telling everybody who cares to listen in her church, her place of work, that okay, if you know anybody that is interested in getting a property or buying a land, let me know because I sell lands. She kept advertising herself, putting herself out there. And then 6 months down the line, she was able to get a buyer that was willing to buy a property worth 60M. Yes. And then after the deal was closed and everything, she earned her commission and left. Now, this commission came not because she told one person, but because she kept saying it over and over again. She kept on being consistent and putting herself out there, advertising herself, advertising her brand, and telling people that care to listen that, hey, I have this service to offer. If you know somebody that is willing to buy from me, let me know. And then 6 months down the line, she was able to get her first client, and that's just the first client. And then subsequently she got, sometimes I notice the first challenge is getting the first client. Once you get the first client, every other thing comes downhill from there because you start to see other people turning up, and then maybe your first client will recommend you to another person, and before you know it, you'll be floating in clients. There are tips that aids people remain consistent in real estate, and I will give you this tip. Number one, you follow up without fear. Basically, this means you going into the idea. Maybe if you get a lead, maybe if someone tells you, I'm interested in this, and then you give them, you deliver the property, and then you get silence from them. They don't reply you, they don't. Now, a good realtor will not just let that slide. You'll not just ignore it and say, okay, this person is not ready for business. No. Rather, what you do as a good realtor is keep following up. You keep checking up on them, asking them, sir, as regards to this, regarding this brief, I've not heard from you regarding this brief. You understand? You keep following up. It shows the person, this, it shows the buyer that you're actually serious and you're keeping in touch. You're consistent and keeping in touch with your business deals. You don't just ignore them and move on because they don't respond to you immediately. Sometimes you have to follow up a deal. Sometimes you have to follow up a deal for months before it clicks. That's just the truth. But it's not about real estate because it's huge money we are talking about. So people will not just release their money to you because you tell them you are good. Rather, they will want to see that you are, they will want to see you put in the effort before they will buy from you. Because this is millions of naira we're talking about. So if you keep on following up, you keep on sliding into their DM without fear and with respect, good tone, you keep on sliding into their DM, they will definitely see you as a serious person, then will choose to deal with you. Another tip is not to count the no's, because here is the truth. In real estate, you get more no's than yes. Because there are times when I'll source for a land, deliver it to a client, and they tell me this is not what I want. This is not what I want. This is not what I want. But I had one client, my first month of getting into real estate, she requested for an apartment. She said she wants to rent an apartment worth 2.5 M. And I searched the world and got her different apartments. She'll go for inspection and tell me, no, this is not what I want. She'll go for another inspection. This is not what I had to send different agents to her to like take her for inspections. And she keep telling them no, no, no. Only for a month to pass by, and then the next month she later told me, actually I don't want a house in that location anymore. I've said to move to another location. So if you get a land in this other location, I'll be interested. I'm like, I've contacted like 3 different agents, and then the lands, the houses, sorry, the properties we've showed you are more than 10. And then that's all from that area. And then 1 month, 2 months into the whole day, you're telling me you don't want that area again. You want a different place entirely now. So I should start sourcing for another one. But I had no choice. I had to drop my pride aside and source for the property for her, because if I'm able to successfully deal with her, successfully close this deal with her, she'll definitely refer me to another person. And now my clientele list is getting longer and longer. Referrals are getting, will become plenty. And before you know it, you don't even have to do so much work. Your referrals will do the work for you. So you don't count the no's, rather you focus on the yes. Because in real estate, you get no 20 times, then you get yes. But when you get one yes will make you forget all the trauma and the problem you had to pass through. Let me clear your mind. In real estate, you don't need to own the land before you sell. That's why real estate is one of the surest side hustles you can think of, because your money doesn't have to be involved in the deal. All you need to do is to connect a buyer and a seller, close the deal, and get paid. That's all. You don't need to own the land. You don't need to own nothing. Just having the right connection and your pay. So you don't have to be a graduate. That's not a criteria for being a real estate agent. You don't have to be a graduate. You don't have to wear a suit. You don't even have to own an office for you to become a realtor. You don't you don't have to own an office. All you need is a mouth that can talk, a phone that can connect to people, and then a mind that refuses to give up. Because, like I said earlier, you get more no's than yes. So if you have a mind that is ready to strive and not give up, I promise you will excel in real estate. There are things you need to consider. The benefits of selling real estate in commission. When you sell a real estate product, you earn commission in return. And this commission, you don't need a capital. You don't have to pay shop rent. You work at your own pace. Then you earn money while you're still doing your regular job. That's why I call it a side hustle. Because you don't have to quit your job to get involved in real estate. All you need to know, all you need to do is tell a person that if you is advertise yourself. Tell a person, okay, if you I'm into real estate, I can get you a house, I can get you a land anywhere you desire within Abuja. All you need to do is let me know if you have somebody that is interested in buying, somebody that is interested in investing in real estate, in lands or property. Just let me know. And then when you get such person that is ready to buy, you connect the buyer to the seller, you close the deal, and you earn your pay. Why? So many so many people are ready to stop complaining and start collecting commission. If you don't talk to people about land, someone else will. That's something you should never forget. If you're not ready to get paid just by speaking, someone else out there is ready to do it. And that person will probably earn the commission you are meant to have earned. Because all around you, there are people that are interested in buying properties, one property or the other. In your church, at home, your friends, the parents of your friends. There's always somebody out there that is willing to pay money to buy a land or property. Now imagine you are that person that links this buyer to a seller. You get paid just by saying, sir, I know somebody that can sell this land for you. Just that small connection, you've gotten paid. So if you're shy, if you're not willing to walk up to people and advertise yourself and market yourself, there's someone else is willing to do that for you. Before I go, I will leave you with this. Life is like an engine. Sometimes you have to pull the rope many times before it starts. But once it starts, your light will come and it stays on for as long as you want it to be. So life doesn't give you what you wish for. It gives you what you work for. So in order to earn from life, you have to start pulling the loops. You have to start persuading. You have to remain consistent. And then one day, your real estate deal will surely pay through. Real estate is so much more than your main job. Thank you. And let's go out there and make money the real estate way.